From prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. Welcome to Creature Guide Live Daily News. From Sci News, fossils from new species of carnivorous dinosaur discovered in Argentina. A new genus and species of Ferilosaurian abelisaur that lived during the Cretaceous period has been identified from fossilized skeletal remains found in Patagonia, Argentina. So who do we have here? Colectin in Achiali. Very nice. Kalenkin Ikeani lived in what is now Argentina about 69 million years ago. Okay, so this is a late Cretaceous Maastrichtian abelisaur. So this is good to hear. Um, it depends, but you have different species that are more often talked about from the early Cretaceous as well as different forms from the late Cretaceous over in different parts of Madagascar, Africa, as well as South America. This species belonged to Ferliosauridae, a group of derived abelisaur dinosaurs known from South America. Abelisaurids, family Abelisauridae, were the most abundant theropods during the latest Cretaceous, occurring in all Gondwanan regions except Antarctica and Australia, where they remain unknown. They are known principally from South America, which has the best fossil record for this group, as well as from India, well, definitely India, as well as Pakistan, especially in the northwestern region of India, northern Africa, and Madagascar. Incomplete belly sword specimens were also discovered in Europe, adding evidence to the biogeographical link between southern Europe and Gondwana. Ferliosaurian belly swords are a diverse clade that encompasses most South American belly swords known from the latest Cretaceous. Let me know in the comments what your favorite species of belly sword is, or what you love about a belly swords. Coleccan in Achilli is known from several skull bones, almost complete hind limbs, and other skeletal elements. Well, this is good to hear. Also, who possibly coexisted or probably did with Kalenkin was Carnotaurus, which we don't know the size of Kalenkin at the moment, but Carnotaurus was somewhere around 20 to 25 feet in length, or somewhere around 6 to a little over 7.5 meters, and probably weighed somewhere around 2.5 tons. So it was one of the largest species of belly sword, but not too, wasn't necessarily the largest species. Now, um, the belly swords had a common characteristic, which was like the tyrannosaurs, and unlike the allosaurs or the spinosaurs, they had a very robust jaw structure. Now, technically, the Tyrannosaurs were the most powerful of the theropod dinosaurs when it came to bite force. But the thing is that Abelisaurus probably comes second. They just have an overall, just roundish sort of a circular type of a skull. Now, earlier in Argentina during the early late Cretaceous, so this is during the Cenomanian stage of the Cretaceous, so somewhere around 100 to 94 million years ago, you had Diamantinosaurus, which is a species of stereospondyle titanosaur. The stereospondylus first evolved somewhere around 150 million years ago. So around the last 4 to 5 million years of the Jurassic. And then they would go on to evolve into a variety of different forms and would eventually go extinct at around 66 million years ago. But Diamantosaurus is a rather unique individual. It is related to animals such as Argentinosaurus patagotitan, but it is a bit distantly related, despite it being a titanosaur. This species could reach up to some around 50 to 60 feet in length and probably weigh up to somewhere between 25 to 30 tons. So it was a medium-sized titanosaur for the region, considering you had the Argentinosaurus and the Patagotitan, which weighed over 75 tons. It was still a large animal for the region. It did coexist with different species of Carcharodontosaurs in the region, such as the large Giganotosaurus. Now, this is not Giganotosaurus. This is Ec- Ecrixinotosaurus, and this is a species of the Biropista abelisaurid lineage. And they also evolved somewhere around 100 million years ago. So about 50 million years after the sauropod Diametosaurus's lineage first evolved. It's also around the same time as many species of a belly sword. This individual was also close to the size of Carnotaurus. It was somewhere around 25 feet in length and could probably weigh somewhere between 2 to 3 tons. It also had a very robust jaw structure, kind of a bit of a thin lower jaw, though. And also, when you look at the Abelisaur, also unlike certain species of Tyrannosaur. They, despite having a very robust upper jaw, they tend to have kind of a thin bottom jaw, which is interesting. They also had some of the smallest arms compared to their body size of any theropod dinosaur. It's a bit of a question as to what they would have been used for, especially with different species having very flexible arms. So all of these, they're really very well done drawings. There are many instances of cannibalism that have occurred with different species of belly sword, especially over with the Madagascar species Majungasaurus. There are multiple incidents of where there's evidence for cannibalism occurring, also considering it's the largest species of predator within the region. Now, this is Marus raptor, which is not a species of dromaeosaur or a stereotypical raptor that everybody thinks of. Um, this is a species of Megaraptor, which is a much more closer relative, you could say, Cockrodontosaurs than it is the Dromaeosaurs. So, Marus raptor could reach somewhere around 20 feet in length or a little over 6 meters and probably weigh somewhere around 1,600 pounds or a little over 700 kilograms. And it was one of the top predators where it roamed. But this was about 10 million years after the other two previous dinosaurs that we've talked about. Now, this was around 88 million years ago over in Argentina. So it might have been feeding on smaller species of ornithopods as well as young sauropods in the region. And it was possibly too heavy to jump, but it was definitely one of the most cunning animals in the region. So let's see. Let me know what your favorite species of Carcharodontosaur or carnivore from South America is regarding the Cretaceous. So Kelenkin, oh, we already said that. The fossils were found in the La Colonia Formation, okay, at the Cerro Bayo Norte area, east of the Sierra de la Colonia, center north of Chubut Province, Patagonia, Argentina. The holotype is composed of a partial skeleton including cranial, axial, and appendicular elements, with a unique set of characters that distinguish it from all known theropods. Huh. In particular, Glencan anachili shows several anatomical traits, especially in the skull bones, that differentiate it from Carnotaurus sastri, the only other belly sword known from the La Colonia Formation. The discovery indicates that Abelisaurid dinosaurs were more diverse than previously thought. We analyzed the evolutionary relationships between Abelisaurids and their closest relatives, Noasaurids, family Noasauridae. So this is referring to species of carnivores such as Machikosaurus, which was no more than 6 feet in length and might have weighed as little as 30 pounds or a little over 15 kilograms. So let's see. We found periods of time in which these groups changed rapidly and other periods in which their evolution remained almost on pause. I could see that considering different species of belly sword as you watch their evolution, they didn't change very much with different subfamilies of belly sword. So that really isn't surprising to hear. But when you look at animals like this Kalinkin model, it does have a very distinct um, upper just head crest sort of a look. Unlike with what you see in different belly swords like Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus, it's also since they lived around the same time, the same place. Carnotaurus has large horn, bony horn structures, and this is not something you see in this individual. It also seems to be a bit more stockier. Carnotaurus is a bit of a slender sort of, and a belly sort of much taller compared to its overall length compared to Kalenkin here. He seems kind of short and stubby. But besides that, just let me know in the comments who your favorite species of South American dinosaur is. And from prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. This is Creature Guide Live Daily News. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you love talking about animals, and share this show with everyone you know, because nothing is better than all animals all the time.